Hiya, how you doing, and welcome to twitch.tv/1030. I'm 1030 and you're twitch.tv, and here we are together celebrating the life of Robert Redford, who didn't deserve the pelters that I accidentally gave him in my previous stream title. How yous doing? Are you alright? I wasn't on. I said that I would be back on about 4ish today. Didn't come on. Instead, me and Fred and Rachel went a walk, and it was bloody brilliant. We had a wonderful time. It was a really good time. Who wants to see a magic trick? Because I'm practicing a stream magic trick, and I would like to test something out. Looking a bit contrast, black point heavy, says Skywatcher. I think it might be because I don't have this light on. Was that it? I just had this one light off. But you're right, well observed, well observed. This was something that I learned when I was a tutor, that as soon as you change one wee thing about yourself, if you get a haircut or you've got like different socks on or something like that, as soon as you walk through the door, at least one of them will be like, new socks. Like they're on it immediately. That just reminded me of that. We're still doing good news. If anybody's got any good news, please feel free to stick it in the chat. I did a wee presentation thing for work, and it was alright. That's my good news. It was alright. So what I've decided to do is kinda build upon the thing that I was doing for the presentation, but right here on stream, right? And what I would like to do is build, you know, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we've got Games Master, and we've got Hal. Oh, by the way, Hal's back. Aren't you, Hal? You're out of focus, buddy. He's a wee bit out of focus. Hold on. Get a dirty lens. I don't even know if you can hear me on this scene. I will use this to focus because that text there is a good high-res image, isn't it? Hal's back. And when we're in this scene, I suppose we could do that a wee bit, couldn't we? But we still need to make it look like cinema, darling. Was it the same thing as your last presentation? Yes, it was, but it was two different people. Do you know what? We could maybe show you what I presented them. That looks a bit like cinema, didn't it? Could make it a wee bit bigger. Just to confirm, you could hear me in that scene, couldn't you? I hope you could. Will I show you the thing that I presented in work? Nice one. Going up the ladder? Well, very soon, maybe. The internet in here, I think what it is I need a new phone in order to be able to go up the ladder again, because this phone's buggered. It's on its last legs. So I don't think I can do phone head streams until I've figured out a better solution, because it just keeps cutting out, man. It's miserable. It's one of the worst things. So, aye, I don't think I'll be doing that for a wee bit. But what we could do is just basically have a lovely time and hang out. Is everybody interested in doing that? So we've got Hal back, and I think, well, we just test Hal just now because I haven't used him in quite a while. So I want to just do like an admin-y sort of stream. I want to create a version of myself, right? Because now we've got Hal, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, all of that sort of stuff. We might as well have me. Do you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, I meant the project is getting noticed by higher ups up the ladder. Oh, right, got you. I thought you were talking about going into the loft. And I'm like, no, I've not been in the loft for ages. However, I do have a wee bit more 3D printing to do quite soon. So I do need to resurrect the resin printer. Because since I got that, the only thing that I've printed was the wee Scroobius Pip deals. And it turns out I need to print a wee bit more for that and then send them to folk, because that's something I still haven't done. Anyway, so I'll add that to the list of stuff to do. So what I was thinking was, right, wouldn't it be cool to have this wee logo up here talk to me in my voice? That might be interesting, mightn't it? It might. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Turns out I can talk to me in my own voice. I think in order to do this, I need to put the tunes off. And obviously these tunes, as you know, are supplied by my mate Paul, and his SoundCloud link is in the chat. Hello MB15. Oh, let's start at the top. I've not said hello to y'all. Hello Carnivore. Hello Skywatcher7787. Roll Duke. How's it going? Glasweedian. Rewild Neck Nil. Bromo69, how's it going? I think that's everybody. Is that everybody is in? And M at B15, what's even happening, man? Carivore, the total jumped, right? But I did get a really big dono. I got a massive one, and I recalculated the numbers. So on Friday, I thought we had hit the goal. I thought we'd absolutely smashed the goal. And then I realised that the number that the goal was at wasn't the true number. So I've printed everything out, and I'm going in tomorrow to talk to them about getting the exact true number. But for what I'm aware, this is the exact true number converted to dollars. All weekend, and on Monday, this is why I never streamed on Monday, because I was doing spreadsheet maths, which is the scariest type of maths. So it looks like there's about $1,000 left to go, and I don't need to raise that until the middle of November. So we're doing bloody brilliant, everybody. On Friday, I thought I'd smashed it. I thought I'd reached the goal. And I was celebrating and I was cheering and everything was brilliant. And then I realised, no, I hadn't. There's an extra $2,000 onto what I thought there was. And I thought the policy was due up on the 5th of December, which would be great because come the 5th of December, which is here, I would get another $4,000 for the insurance. But it doesn't. It renews on the 29th of December. So this chart is technically wrong, right? The chart, should be like up here a wee bit, but I've just rounded the 29th of December to the 1st of January for the sake of visual communication. I trust nobody will be too offended that there's like, that should be like stretched a tiny wee bit there. But thanks very much, everybody. This was amazing. Me and Fred and Rachel were looking at all the messages and stuff, and honestly, unreal, absolutely unreal stuff. So thanks very much for having my back and stuff. Emma is just out of the cinema and saw The Long Walk. Is that walk with an L? That sounds bleak, brutal, brilliant, cool. Sorry, I didn't expect that to end so abruptly. But cool. I've not been to the cinema in ages, man. Ages and ages and ages. Wait till I show you a thing that I've built, right? See if I click on this, and I click on this. Let's see if you can hear this. If I go here, and then I click this. Hey, 10:30, ready to make your stream even more awesome? I'm here to help with chat, tech stuff, and maybe even a little banter. Hi, 10:30. I've heard that you're up for a wee bit of banter today. Is that true? Aye, that's right. I'm always up for a bit of banter. What's on your mind? Got any good jokes, or are you just looking to stir the pot? Either way, I'm game. I'm never up for stirring pot. Robert Redford died, so I've just been thinking about him. Could you give me some like cool facts and we can remember the life of Robert Redford? Right enough, that's a sad bit of news. Robert Redford was a legend. Did you know he didn't just act, but he also directed? He won an Oscar for directing Ordinary People in 1980, not for acting. Also, he was a big environmental activist and he founded the Sundance Institute to support independent filmmakers. Did you have a favourite Redford film? So he can direct ordinary people and he can direct actors? That's amazing. He's a man of many talents, that's for sure. Directing actors is a whole different beast than just acting yourself. Do you want to know about any of the other films he directed? Aye, what's his best thing that he's done that everybody thinks is brilliant? Well, opinions on his best work are always going to vary, but Quiz Show from 1994 is often hailed as one of his best directing efforts. It got nominated for a bunch of Oscars. Have you seen that one? I haven't seen that one, no. What's that about? A quiz show? Aye, you guessed it. Quiz Show is about a real-life scandal in the 1950s where popular television quiz shows were rigged. Redford did a cracking job of showing the drama and the corruption behind the scenes. It's got some brilliant performances and it really makes you think. I think I've saw the original thing. Wasn't there a woman who figured out a cheat with a quiz show in America where she detected patterns that a random light would light up in, and by memorising the patterns, she was able to then go on the show and win lots of money? Is that anything to do with the Robert Redford film? That sounds like a different story altogether. The Robert Redford film Quiz Show is based on a scandal where contestants were secretly given the answers in advance to make the show more exciting and boost ratings. It's a different kind of cheating than spotting patterns. It is a different kind of cheating, isn't it, than spotting patterns? Spotting patterns is clever, but secretly feeding contestants the answers is a whole different level of dodgy. One's using your wits, the other is just blatant cheating and lying to the public. Do you want to talk about something else? Very clever, isn't it? If you think about it. It is pretty clever. Fair play to anyone who could figure that out. It takes a sharp mind and a good memory to pull something like that off. I'm bored, right? I'll see you later. I need to go now. Bye. Alright, Boris, right? Good to chat with you. Catch you later. Ta-ta. Could you say my name's James Houston and Houston's boosting? Ta-ta, James Houston here and Houston's boosting. Is there anything else I can do for you, James? No, it needs to rhyme. My name's James Houston and Houston's boosting. What you said was James Houston here and Houston's boosting. That doesn't rhyme, mate. It has to rhyme. My apologies, James. I'm still learning the art of the rhyme. How about this? I'm James Houston, here to say Houston's boosting all the way. What do you mean all the way? Like jingle all the way, like Santa? Haha. Not quite like Santa, unless Houston's got a sack full of presents for everyone. Got a sack full of something else just for you, mate. Listen, I'll speak to you later on, alright? Right you are, mate. You take it easy and I'll be here when you get back. Don't go causing too much trouble now, eh? Eh. Okay, see you later. Love you. Bye. See you later, mate. Take care. Never says love you back. He never says love you back. What I'm thinking is, see that interaction? It could be better, man, right? It could be better. I'll write it so that he's got better pattern and stuff, says things about Saffron cakes, what have you. And we could have this pure talking when he's talking. Just this wee logo. Have it like blink and stuff. Was just an idea. Hey, Houston, by Houston. I know. It's not quite right, is it? It's not quite right. But it's nearly there. See, this time like 2 weeks ago, couldn't do a Scottish accent. Anyway. So I need to watch some Robert Redford films, as it turns out. I wasn't looking at it earlier and was wondering what the strange conversation was. I didn't realise it was 2060. I don't know if I should call them 1035, 1040, half 10, whatever. But I think at some point, maybe not tonight, because I've just realised it might be kind of boring and shite to do. But I was going to have this just like burr, 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 talking away. Could be cool. Anyway. I can't stand hearing my own voice because recordings always sound slightly higher than we sound to ourselves. I imagine your own voice replicated via AI and like rounding off your accent in the same way that famous Scottish actors need to round off their accent if they're to make it on an international stage. It's just done it for me. Clever. Anyway. When I worked in call centres, we had to re-listen to our calls to train, and it was horrific. I can imagine. Tipsy Men says, hi, I love you. Hello, how you doing? I won't say it back just like my counterpart. 10404. Well, 10404 is when he doesn't load. When I've loaded them up and it's just like that. That's 10404. What's the cancer fund? This is for my dog. So it's for Fred, my dog. Fred Macaulay, not the comedian Fred Macaulay. And we are £1,000 short, but I don't need to raise that £1,000 until, well, there. But right now we're funded all up until the middle of November, which is amazing. Fred's back in hospital tomorrow for his chemo treatment. And this is him here. On Friday, I thought we'd raised everything, and then I recalculated my funds, and it turns out we hadn't raised everything. But we're very, very nearly there. And we've raised that much that now I'm confident that we'll be able to just go ahead with the full treatment. Even if I need to figure that chunk out on my own, I can figure out a solution for that. That'll be absolutely grand. Fred's cool, and so we're just giving him the best that we can do for him. He's a good guy, although he was bumming me up earlier on. But that just means that he's feeling good. We went out a big walk. We went into the forest, and Fred was just keen. So we've got Fred, and then we've got a much smaller dog that I got from Tipsy Men. Thank you very much for the sub. Welcome in. How's it going? This should work. Ah, shit, is that not working? Fuck. 2 seconds. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Your username was obscured by a new DVD animation. Tipsy Men, thanks very much for subbing. Welcome in. How's it going? Oh, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tipsy Men, but you're a first-time subscriber, aren't you? And there's something we do to first-time subscribers here. Wait a wee second. Hold on, I've messed up my Stone Cold Steve Austin. All first-time subscribers... Ah, shit. Can I undo this? Aye. I can just undo it easy. I think I might have messed up Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I'll put that back. All first-time subscribers on this channel get a wee bit of one-on-one eye contact. So could everybody who isn't Tipsy Men please look away now? Tipsy Men, I hope you enjoyed your eye contact. Everybody else, you can look back now. Welcome in. Thanks for the first time sub. I hope you don't regret it, man. Okie dokie, where are we? Evening Shagger says, wee chip, been wearing my Art Attack jumper the last few days. It's class, but no one at work has said anything. Clowns a fucking lot of them. Wee chip, are you happy with your purchase? See if you were to give an honest review on, like... Goodness me. Oh, is this a Fred Dono? I think this is a Fred Dono. Thank you very much. Hold on, I will get a thing. Nora's Day. Thank you very much for chucking a tenner towards Freddie. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much, Nora's Day. Legends, man. Horrific benefit of first-time viewers on the spectrum. Well, I'm on the spectrum as well. Not only am I on the autistic spectrum, but I'm also known from time to time to be on the Sinclair ZX spectrum. On the Sinclair ZX spectrum. Different one. On the... I've got another one, but it's up there. It's a different one. It's like the original one, but I would need to stand up. Comedy is all about like threes and stuff, isn't it? So that would be a good third one, but I need to stand up. Maybe I should hide spectrums in reaching distance so that I can do that visual reveal. That would be quite good. wouldn't it? Tipsy Men, thanks very much for the sub. I hope you don't regret it. MIG Williams, what's happening? Will this show your profile picture? Yes, it does. MIG Williams, thank you very, very much. 61 months? 61 months. I know people that are younger than that. Thank you very much. What a legend. Long-time supporter of the channel. I appreciate that. Nora's Day, you're a legend. Thank you very, very much, Nora's Day. You're brilliant. How are you for stock? I'm waiting on payday. The stock, well, here's the thing, right? See all the stuff on my merch store? Oh, also, it was WeChip, isn't it? WeChip, what was your experience of ordering the jumper, receiving the jumper quality? It's embroidered, isn't it, in the centre? Like, is all the threads all perfect? Is it positioned right? All that sort of stuff. I want a brutal and harsh, if needed, analysis of the full experience, because the jumpers are a wee bit dear. And so I want to know exactly how you're how you found it. So here's the cool thing about my web store. Here's the cool thing about my web store is that it's environmentally conscious. So there's no stock. And basically, why is that coming up in dollars? But basically, if you order something, it's printed to order. Absolutely everything right now doesn't exist. So as soon as you order it, it's made just for you. And that means that we don't end up with waste, which is an amazing thing. I think it's really cool. Anyway. Without sounding malicious or nasty, I'd be more motivated to donate for fridge treatment than, God forbid, if 1030 needed similar. No offence, hope you understand. Emma, I totally get it, because he's a cute wee doggy. And if something happened to me, I could take care of myself, right? But something's happened to Freddie, and he's got no idea what the fuck's going on about anything. So, do you know what I mean? We sort of owe it to him to do cool. Well, I owe it to him. I was diagnosed with NLPHL a year ago. Beats in Glasgow were great. Amazing. I've had a couple of, obviously sorry to hear about your diagnosis, but I've got family members who've used Beatson and just said they were fantastic. They were really good. iTunes wants to update. I didn't even know iTunes was installed. This is Windows. Go away, iTunes. Dearie me. So Carivore, don't worry about stock at all. And I'm going to be adding new stuff to this as well. For anybody that's into t-shirts and the bubble stuff and all of that. WeChip says, I'm very happy with my purchase. The jumper is nice quality and the embroidery is class. Very well made. Also arrived next day. Next day? That's mental, isn't it? So it got embroidered, sent to you, and you received it the next day when it didn't even exist at the point that you ordered it. That was fucking mental. That is good service, isn't it? And the packaging and all of that, did it have like 1030 on the receipt and all of that sort of stuff? Was it cool? That's exciting. I'm really happy with how all of this is set up. Mike Williams says, long time fan of your stuff, mate. Thank you very much. Web store, I noticed the 1030.co.uk. Coming up in dollars, left your VP on, eh? Well, I was out for a big walk earlier. It's the only downside of this, right? Just make sure I actually don't have my VPN on. The only downside of this web shop is that it's based in America. So, like, see when I'm doing the Fred Goal thing via that as well. So it means that anybody who donates to that will donate in pounds and stuff, but then I'm seeing it in dollars, and then I've got to convert it back to dollars. But see, from your perspective as a customer, you don't see any of that shit at all. You see it in pounds, you pay it in pounds, and it is made and delivered locally to you. Nothing gets sent from America, unless you're in America, which is kind of cool. In which case, it gets sent from a local distribution point. Here, that was a big one. Thank you very much, whoever that was. I think it should come up here and it should tell me. MIG Williams, thank you very much for donating 20 quid to Fred Dog. Hold on, I've just got bubbles all over my desk. Thank you very, very much, MIG Williams. And thanks everybody for sorting this out. It's been pure stressful. All weekend and all of Monday was me trying to figure this out. And I calculated it, honestly, about 10 times, about 20 times probably. And then Rachel was calculating, like, right, how many treatments and how much is each treatment? And when does the policy run out? And does that include VAT or does it not? Because on Friday I thought we'd reached the goal. I thought that was us. It was me being a bloody plonker. Absolutely didn't reach the goal. However, we're doing fucking well. We've got him medicated till the middle of November. And as I said, we're now doing the full treatment. Like, see, even if I need to figure out how to pay that bit, I can do that. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Collectively, together, we've sorted Fred out. And it's fucking brilliant. How you doing, Scroobius Pip? Welcome in. How's it going? Guitar God by name of Bob asks, why is half your projects page in Latin? It's a very good question. It's a very good question. Basically, the website is unfinished. So I was going to finish the website and then launch it, but then I realised I had to do a Freddy fund. So I was like, fuck it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. And I stuck it live. So the projects page is barely even there. So Latin in the world of graphic design is a placeholder text. So it just means put text here. So I guess at some point I will fix that. But I thought I'd just stick it up. You know what I mean? But welcome in. How's it going? I can't believe you got a Art Attack replica jumper, which I've learned actually is copyright of Disney. See that there? I think it's a federal crime. I think I can get extradited to America. So I might be taking this off the internet. Just for... So we'll see how it goes. But, right, see, if you're a Twitch sub, you get 10% off everything in the thing, which is cool. And, right, there's a thing that I've not seen before. But if anybody... I'm not suggesting you do this, I'm just saying how cool is this thing, right? Say, for example, somebody has already bought my mug, but they want to do a giveaway on the channel. You can click this. Whenever I'm live, you can click gift to Twitch chat. You pay for it. And then there's like a lottery that happens in the chat. People need to enter it. It's like you type exclamation mark something. And it does a countdown timer. And this will automatically give it to whoever has won the thing. And that's cool without me even having to do anything. So we might try that at some point. I might buy a mug from myself or whatever the cheapest thing is. And we could do like a raffle or something like that. That would be cool, man. Good news tuning in from Tenerife. Oh, I staved you. Bad news, the signal's honking. I'm sorry about that. I will try not move too much so as that we don't send you a lot of bit rate. Do you know what I mean? Because if I'm moving about like that, oh, you need good internet. But see if I'm just sitting like that, barely. So I'm not going to sustain that. Thanks for the follow. All right. Feels like I'm being papped. Taking a photo of me. Keelan Wahoo, how you doing? Welcome in. Woohoo! A finished 10:30 website would be very off-brand. It would be, man. Steph, I hope you're enjoying your holiday. Wee Chip, thanks for the Latin there. I assume you're going to go back and retype all of that. Oh, and Meg Williams, thank you very much for doing the merch order. That is cool. Emmett says, I have horrific news. I just found a slug on my fucking thigh. Jesus Christ, Emmett. I found slug trails on my thigh before, but never an actual slug. Get a wee nudge. My God, Emmett. Sort your life out, mate. But on the other hand, that's a shame. How does that happen? Anyway. The power of Christ compels you. It splashes holy water. Aye. It's alright. It's just Latin. It isn't... Wee Chip isn't speaking in tongues. You misspelled autonomous on the Bubble poster shop listing, but not on the Bubble project page. Thank you. Thank you. I misspell everything. Autonomous. See if I don't fix that right now. Won't get fixed. Won't get fixed. So is that right? Autonomous. Autonomous. Save. Just like that. Thank you. Look at that, man. Feedback in action. Bit of dynamic feedback in action there. But see, for everything on the website, feedback welcome, right? Let me know how everything goes. Let me know how it feels. Let me know how everything arrives and all that sort of stuff. Power of live streaming. Direct. How you doing, Meatballs? Welcome in. What's happening? I climbed a wall 20 minutes ago at night to pick up some... All right, okay. Okay. Here, you weren't out your chops when you discovered the slug, were you? Hopefully you discovered it before you got relaxed. Because if you discovered it after you got relaxed, that could kind of throw you a wee bit. Thankfully not. Aye, Jesus Christ. That would be rubbish, wouldn't it? My God. But listen, I'm not judging you, right? At first I thought, oh, it was just somebody with a slug on the leg. Now I've realised it's somebody with a slug on the leg after climbing a wall to score some... Which I don't think makes it better. I don't think it makes it better. I'll be honest with you. But I'm glad you're having a good night. I'm glad you've got everything that you need. I don't think it makes it better. I won't imagine I'm seeing slugs on my legs, man. What? Slugs on my legs, man. Right, get him a taxi. Get him a fucking taxi, man. Watch out that anybody with dogs, make sure your dogs don't eat slugs because that's toxic to dogs. Big warning there, everybody. Make sure your dogs don't eat slugs. Sounds like a pelters, doesn't it? See you? What? Your dog eats slugs? Sounds like playground pelters. Didn't have the heart to kill Flush, the wee bastard. Just set him into the garden. That's what you need to do, man. 100%. I haven't killed a spider or anything like that since I was like a child. I think the last time I killed anything like that, I would have been 7 or 8 years old. I like the challenge of getting a spider out and away. It's like a wee fun mini game in life. You know what I mean? And caring for the wee animal and all that sort of stuff. Wee stupid wee flies, like wee fruit flies and stuff, I will, right? Because there's nothing there, man. Fruit flies don't have a soul. That's like maximum about 6 lines of code or something like that. It's on a fruit fly's head. Like, fuck them. Kill them. But anything bigger than a full stop, I'll try and be respectful. You know what I mean? Anyway. I had to play slug hopscotch to avoid them on my path. Terrible. 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 Humans shouldn't eat slugs as well because you might get lungworm. Absolutely insane the amount of them round our way. It's actually a freak show, just weird. Jesus Christ. I wonder why there's so many slugs. Peacock says, I just leave them alone. They don't like being outside. Spiders, I tend to leave spiders alone in the house. I welcome them in the house because they keep the flies away as well. It was Salvador Dali, in his book 57 Secrets of Magical Craftsmanship, that says every artist should cultivate 11 spiders. It's a wild book, man. I don't necessarily agree with him, but I'm going to call myself an artist. Goddamn right I'm calling myself an artist, man. I found a frog in a server room last week. Had to juggle it into a really useful box and then take it down to the nearest stream. That's amazing. Reminds me of that shot in George Lucas's THX 1138. There's just a cutaway shot of a lizard in a server room, and it's never really explained. It's just like a gestural atmospheric shot that isn't relevant to the story or anything else. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. THX 1138 is like, I really like the film. It is there. Just like a wee lizard in a server room. It's class, innit? Anyway. I really like that film. I would like to see the non-special edition version of it, but you know what George Lucas is like with his pish. So I don't think it'll ever be released. Anyway, so I was going to turn this into like a wee speaking PNG tuber thing, but I don't know if I will. Maybe we could jump on. It's only 10 o'clock. I think I'll be on until maybe about 12. Could play a video game, or we could just keep chatting nonsense. I was going to do a magic trick, wasn't I? So I wonder who's the last person. MIG Williams, you have just placed an order on my store, right? So if you're still in, are you still in? I'd like to do a magic trick. If you're still in, let me know if you're still here. And I will see, because I might not get this right. But we'll see how it goes. Did you know the word bug in computer software is... Wait a minute, what are you saying, wait what and wait what? Really what? Oh, right, about spiders. Hold on, Big Scary Deer says, did you know the word bug in software sense is from when computers and servers were huge and would malfunction when actual bugs got in and messed up with the components? Big Scary Deer, it's a cool fact. If I wasn't me, I wouldn't have known it, but I did actually know that. But it doesn't detract from the fact, because I'd imagine a lot of people in here didn't know that. Did you know that, everybody? That's kind of cool. The etymology of the word bug. Not to be confused by entomophagy, which is the practice of eating bugs, not computer bugs like beasties. Spiders are good guys, they're welcome in my home. Same here. Rachel isn't a big fan, but it is what it is. Getting outmaneuvered by a fruit fly is one of the most demeaning things going. Aye, fruit flies are wee bastards, man. I can't be doing with them. Cannot be doing with them. The only beef I've got with slugs is preventing them from getting eaten by my dogs, because my dogs have got lungworm if they eat the slugs, and I don't want that. Otherwise, slugs can do whatever they want, man. It's an interesting concept that butterflies are admirable because they have aesthetic value, whereas wasps and things do not. Kind of an aesthetic morality kind of thing to consider. Well, the vibe is wasps are summer bastards because they'll sting me for no reason at all, and they can go fuck themselves. Whereas butterflies don't sting you. They just sort of go about their business. And so fair play to them. But wasps, swivel. Bees, on the other hand, they're cool, man, because they will sting you, but only if you're an absolute dickhead will they sting you. I've never been stung by a bee. Never been stung by a wasp, as a matter of fact. Also, bees contribute to, like, the world and stuff. Wasps contribute to fuck all, man. Wasps, go fuck yourselves. Not the wasps kill bears. That's a different conversation. I think they're cool. Just talking about the actual insects, wasps. I think the word patch also comes from when they used punch cards. All right. And if they made a mistake, they might physically have to patch the hole. That's interesting. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. Slugs were the culprit of a mysterious ding-dong ditch. Have you, anybody that's got one of these fancy doorbell things, get woken up at like 4 in the morning saying an intruder has been detected in your region? And you're like, oh, fuck, and you go on it. And what you see is like an alien head going like that. And you're like, what the fuck? And it's all like this. And then you wake up a wee bit and you're like, oh, it's just a slug. It's like a slug crawling on the camera lens. Happens to me quite a bit. Happens to me quite a bit. Also, whenever there's a spider web in front of the doorbell, if something gets caught in the spider web and then illuminated by the nighttime IR camera, it can present itself to be like a tall figure. And it just starts doing this. And at first, I shit my pants, man. I thought it was a ghost. I thought it was a spooky ghost. If it didn't dox my location, I would show you. I've got a collection of different slugs and all of that sort of stuff. They must be attracted to it, I suppose, because it's warm. So it's plugged in. There would be heat there. Butterflies are pollinators too. Listen, maximum respect to the butterflies. Thanks for that fact. Veronica Speedwell, welcome in. How you doing? Any animal that metamorphosizes is more valuable on account of being cool as fuck. Aye, because they've went through a hell of a lot to even just get here. Lucy Kelly, how are you doing? Thank you very much for subbing. Lucy Kelly, welcome in. What's even happening? I appreciate the sub. Had one B literally did not want to leave me. Hard to believe. He really felt any kind of emotional attachment, but he seemed fond nonetheless. I'll take that, Emma. I think that's brilliant. Hello, Spoggers. Welcome in. How you doing? Fanny Cranny Manny says, it's unexpected cold that causes them to get confused, but you're doing the right thing with sugar water. Aye. Always sugar water a bee if you think that he's in need. Meatball says, well, actually, the computer bug thing is an urban myth. Really? I read that years ago, committed it to memory, and I think have been telling folk about it ever since. It was common use in telegraph and radar work. The origin of the myth is that a Harvard worker accidentally killed a bug in their notebook. Interesting. So they had handwritten code and killed a bug in it, and then somebody then wrote the code but couldn't see what that bit was, and so it didn't work or something. I heard honey is actually bad as it won't be for the local area pollen, so it can harm them. Aye, sugar water's your best thing. I'm the same. Every time I see one disorientated on the path, I like to try and help it. It's fun. It's just like a wee mini game. I quite like it. Still don't understand how bumblebees fly. Should be possible based on physics. I don't know anything about all of that. Monkey Rig's asking if we're playing a game. I was thinking about playing a game. I wanted to go in and play What's Its Chops? Schedule 1. But then I found out that the game devs are problematic, so I refunded it. And so now I don't really have any ideas for things to play or whatever. But, right, what I could show you is I built a tool. And this is part of what I was presenting in work, right? And I can show yous. I don't think it's secret private knowledge or anything like that. So in an act of financial masochism, right? I've decided, because now everybody's scared of what happens when AI replaces their jobs. I decided as an art project to try and just replicate my job as best that I can with AI. And so, goodness me, Grant Static, thank you very much for subbing. We've got a brand new subscriber, everybody. Grant Static is in. Your username should be up here, Grant Static. I don't know why it isn't. Grant Static, thank you very, very much for subbing. Welcome in. How you doing? And what you might not know is as a brand new first-time subscriber, you, Grant Static, and Grant Static alone are entitled to a wee bit of one-on-one eye contact. So could everybody who isn't Grant Static please look away now? Grant Static, I hope you enjoyed your eye contact. Everybody can look back now. You can look back. Silver77, you should have looked away. Can we watch it Tomorrow's World after the tool reveal? Aye, I'm into it. Worth it. Brilliant, Grant Static. Hello, Deecha, how you doing? I just asked ChatGPT if it lies and it told me it never lies. So checkmate. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Well, I'll show you a wee thing that I did, and then maybe I'll show you a magic trick as well. Or here, Grant Static. Could you name a playing card? I've made a prediction. Name a playing card, and I want to show you something cool. You're a tool reveal, Mike.Almond. I want to write up this magic trick. 6 of Hearts. Are you sure about that? Look here. Check it out. There is one card, and one card alone, upside down. Look. Do you see that? There's nothing else upside down in the full deck. If you think you saw another one, you didn't. Shut up. I'm going to write this up and deliver it to people. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. I'm fixated on the CRT screensaver hitting the corners. Well, Qatari Links, it's unfortunately the slightly wrong aspect ratio. So I'm going to make one that's a 4:3 aspect ratio and it'll fit there. Did you like a magic trick? That was good, isn't it? I quite enjoyed that. I don't know how well it worked on stream. Stooge in the chat set up. No, Satlas, no. Right, hold on. Satlas is like, it was no right shenanigans. I'm not doing this after Satlas, right? But Satlas, hold on, I'm going to predict what would you go for? I might get this wrong, Satlas, because of your skeptical energy. Satlas, I've made a prediction. I hope. See if you don't. If it's the wrong card, right? Then it's your fault. Satlas, what card have I predicted? I hope you get this right. I say witch. I'm not denying that I'm a witch. Silver 7-7. That's a good guess, but this one's for Satlas. I will do one for you, Silver 7-7, at some point, but it needs to be Satlas because they have called me out, and I suppose I'm rewarding their negative skeptical energy. Jack of Spades. Do you know, I don't know. Have I done this right? I don't know if I have done this right. I have. I have. I kind of fucked that by taking it out of shot there, but look here, check this out. Ah, no, I didn't. I fucked it. I've absolutely fucked it. Please disregard. That was Satlas's negative energy. Doesn't work all the time. Doesn't work all the time, but that was Satlas's negative energy. Sorry about that. Stooge confirmed. No, Satlas is like, fucking go on, man. Fucking go on. By, I think I should have went with my original setup, and I didn't. So I'm still learning things. It was Silver 7's fault. How could Silver 7-7 have done this? Yes. I was a wee bit confused by it all. But I'm getting better at it. It's difficult to do this remotely. See if I've got the person in the room. I know if they're going to be tuned in to my psychic waves, right? See, doing it remotely, especially with your negative energy coming in here, with your skeptical, cynical negativity. Do you know what I mean? It affects the vibrations. Do you know what I mean? So it's not my fault that I got it wrong. Actually, you should look within, right? At the end of the day, and I'm a victim in all this. I'm a victim in all this, really, if you think about it, really. Do you know what I mean? Bad juju, that's it. Aye, that's exactly it. Dearie me. And, right, in a lot of respects, if you get it wrong a couple of times, it strengthens when you get it right. Because then people are like, well, it can't be a trick because he gets it wrong sometimes. It must be like some. Darren Brown would never have fucked up. He would. He does exactly what I just said there. Okie dokie. Do you want to see a thing that I made for work? Just as a wee idea, right? This'll hopefully work. So, see when I'm at work, quite regularly, I need to make football results. I work in BBC Graphics, and quite often, I need to make football results. Dumbarton 4, Carlton Athletic 3. And the way that's done is still manually typing it in. And so I've been looking for opportunities to not manually type it in. So to cut a long story short, right, you don't need to know how it's all put together. So I can give you the very short, abridged version of this project, right? But it started off, I was creating a wee, and I don't have it here, but it was like a user interface where you can select the league and select the day, and just say, right, make a football result, and it will go and it will make it all for you. This is a hard thing to do automatically, which is one of the reasons why we still do it manually. So, I built a thing, and I could show you the thing. I don't think they would mind too much, right? So the thing I built has got inputs, and the input that you need to tell it is the day and date and what league. Is it Scottish Premiership, Scottish Championship, League One, whatever? So like I'll find a day where there's like We don't want the Challenge Cup or anything. I mean, it would work for that, but we're wanting... there's not that many games. Aye, that one. Right, there's a lot of games here, right? So check out this. There's nothing in this folder. Okay. And so I'm not I don't do any VAR, don't do any of that sort of stuff. But check this out, man. So this is a real phone number that I phone up. It's an 0131 number, right? And so this is what I've been demoing to my boss and my boss's boss and some other guy. So if I phone up this 0131 number, check this out, man. I made this.
What is it?
Hello there, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. What can I do for you now? Are you after a football graphic or an IPT trail for the tower?
I would like a football graphic, please. Could I have the Scottish Premiership for Sunday the 31st of August, 2025?
Aye, no problem. 2 wee seconds and I'll build that for you now. Feel free to hang up or stay in the line and I'll confirm when it's in.
Cool, mate. I will do that just now. So there you go. So right now, the project file, so it's saved the project file. So usually, this is how we build it ourselves. Oh, I've accidentally moved that. There we go. So the project file in After Effects is saved there, saved out. It's got all the assets that it needs. But in the folder above, it's also rendered the file. What does it look like? What does it look like? Boom shakalaka, there you go. So it also does logic. So the winners are in bold. If it draws and it goes to penalties, it'll figure out what the winner is for the penalties, all of that sort of stuff. So there you go. I have automated football results via a phone number that you just phone up and you ask somebody for the football results. There is also another thing that we do quite frequently in there, and it's called an IPT trail. It's an in-program trail, right? Where the people who output the news, like the editorial people, will give us 3 different URLs for news stories that are on, well, between 3 and 5 URLs for news stories that are on the BBC website. And then if you're watching News at 7, right, which is a show, a news show, if you're watching News at 7, halfway or towards the end of the show, on the big tower thing, so this will be rendered kind of weird, but it's correct for what it is. On the big tower, it'll say, and if you want to know more of today's stories, for example, a story about this, and it'll come up and it'll show the website, or a story about this, or a story about this, you can go on to the BBC website and all of that. And so in graphics, what we have to do for that one is we receive 3 different URLs from the editor. And then for each URL, we need to open it up in Google Chrome. We then need to go to developer mode in Google Chrome and tell it to render the page as if it was like an iPhone 14 Pro or whatever it is. We then need to take a screenshot of all of the stories that are sent. That's between 3 and 5. We then need to open up After Effects and import those screenshots into a template. And then for every story, there will be a tool to configure the region that that template came from, so that when it's rendered out, you can see where stuff came from. And that can take a wee bit of time to do. And when you're in the middle of doing other stuff, it can sort of disrupt you a wee bit if you're trying to actually do graphic design and then you need to do data entry. It's no the end of the world, do you know what I mean? But it would be good if it would automate all of that sort of stuff, right? So let's see if I can achieve that. So this, there's a component in the composition, right, which is quite a big video file. And so I didn't add it to this process. So this will show a slight failure, but I know why that is. If I add it to it, it'll be fine. But the reason I didn't add it to it is just so that I wasn't uploading that one file billions of times. But I just thought I need to automate that. So this will look like a failure, but it isn't really. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to phone the guy again. I'm going to talk about 3 headlines that I'm asking for, but here's the deal. I'm not going to say the full headline. I'm just going to be kind of fuzzy about what I need, because in real world practice, you know, the requests that come through might be a wee bit fuzzy. So let's see if we can figure this out.
Hello, BBC Graphics. What is it?
Hiya, how you doing? Could I get an IPT trail, please?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. I'm just checking the BBC News website now. Wait till I get it loaded up.
He's just loading up the BBC website for me. Okie dokie.
Right then, I've got the latest stories here. Are there any headlines you'd like in particular for your IPT trailer? Or would you like me to pick some for you?
No, don't you ever pick stories. It's me that does it. Okay, the first story is about a man getting done because he killed somebody in a holiday park. The second story is John Swinney has got remarks about Elon Musk. And the third story is about a council that want to move an African tribe in like the woods.
Okay, I've got those stories. Just to confirm, the headlines are: a man getting done because he killed somebody in a holiday park. John Swinney has remarks about Elon Musk and a council that want to move an African tribe in like the woods. Is that correct?
Usually you read back the full headlines, but that'll do. That's correct.
2 seconds and I will build that for you now. Feel free to hang up or stay on the line and I will confirm when it is in. I'm very sorry, but it looks like there was a problem building the graphic. Please try again, and if the problem persists, call the help.
That's the first time that has failed. I demoed this today in front of lots of people. I think it was because it was a bit too fuzzy. It's the first time it's ever failed, lads. Will I do it again? I'll just keep doing it till he gets it right. So not only did my magic trick fail, fucked it, Gibbs. Although, this is quite reassuring because it means I'm still in a job.
Hello, BBC Graphics, what is it?
Hiya, could I get an IPT trail, please?
I'm just checking the BBC News website now. Wait till I get it loaded up. Right then, I've got the latest stories here. Are there any headlines in particular that catch your eye for the IPT, or would you like me to read out a few options?
Okay, the first story is 3 people arrested in a raid all over a brothel. The second story is about the African tribe that are getting moved to a new site. And the third story is about MSPs that plan to scrap a not proven verdict from Scots law.
Right, I'm just building that graphic for you now. Shouldn't take too long. Feel free to hang up or stay on the line and I'll confirm when it's in.
Okay, love you, bye.
Building that graphic for you now shouldn't take too long.
Right, love you, bye.
No problem, have a great day.
He never says I love you back. Never says I love you back. But check this out. This is an impressive one because it has to scrape the website, right? So see if we go in here and we'll look at that. Remember I was telling you that I need to do the 3 screenshots? And these are hard to do, man, otherwise. So look at that. That screenshot is the first 3 people arrested in police raid thingies. Screenshot number 2. Council moves the African tribe guys. Screenshot number 3. This one. Scottish Parliament blah 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 law. So then if I hit back, it's rendering this. So the fact that it's showing you an M4V just means it isn't rendered yet. When that M4V... Oh, That's using quite a lot of resources on my computer because it's affecting the stream a wee bit. It's affecting the stream doing this render. That's interesting. I haven't streamed and done this at the same time. So when this resolves, it'll show up as an MP4. Remember, during the MP4, it'll come up with bars only because I haven't applied. Aye, so we're getting a mini F. We're getting a terrible F. We're glitching. It'll stop in just a wee second. I can't abort it. It'll stop in just a wee second. I'm coming in on BC graphics on my. Hold it just a second. Jesus Christ. Your computer run it. So right now it's just running is it awful too much? I don't know how to do this. I'm walking F. Okay, I need both screen when I'm doing BBC stuff. But I'll do that. It should be nice second folks. Should absolutely end second wheels. I'm not too sure. It should. As you can tell, it's finger progress. But I Jesus Christ, man. It's fine, nothing's happen. I want to look into my task. Oh god, even my mouse is struggling, man. 2 wee settings. It can't load Task Manager because I'm rendering a big hefty file. It's no of After Effects. So what I'll maybe do is just shut it down. I mean, it is still rendering. But hey, we have remote just in the end task and end task. There we go. We should be back now. Let me know if this is. Aye, we're back. We're back. And now to prevent hackers, let me just close out of the tools that I was using to make that happen. There we are. Job done. So it turns out AI voices are can now do Scottish, which is cool. And if you want to make your own voice in AI, I think I've just Hal there has just put an affiliate link. So that's interesting. That's what I've been showing folk. Am I even still live, man? Am I even still live? Because I don't know. You need to learn to love yourself. Well, that would be good. Bye. Sorry if my computer died, because obviously when this renders, it's using my my full machine to its absolute limit. But then if I happen to be streaming at the same time, doesn't like it. But trust that it works good. It really does work good. Anyway, DDoS attack on BBC and Twitch live. Aye. My lights are flickering. Jesus Christ. So what we've found is interesting that it's kicking out chopped audio snippets as it lags. That's cool. I wonder what's causing that. I wonder if I should sample that and then try and make a tune out of it. This is what I imagine will happen to the entire internet one day. I finally convinced ChatGPT to write out an entire Googleplex. Give it a shot, man. Watch this back on the VOD. Fucking interesting. Cool. Okie dokie. I wonder if it'll even save on the VOD. Are we back and everything's back to normal and stuff? Sorry that you've had to restart the app. I wonder how many folk are lost there. But just trust that when it works brilliant. 01 Reaps, I was demoing a thing that allows me to render an After Effects project, but because I'm rendering it on the computer that I'm streaming from, my computer was just dying. And, right, so that was an idea. Basically, I figured out how to input information into After Effects, apply that information into an After Effects project, and then render that out all autonomously, right? However, what I was considering doing was using that somehow for this stream. So if somebody raids or something like that, I could grab their profile picture, I could grab their username, and as a really advanced stream alert, I could input their profile picture and username into After Effects, render out a really cool thing that you wouldn't be able to get via like OBS or whatever. And because it's automated, it would happen kind of quick, and then I would show it on the page. However, can't really do that because because that will happen. It'll like stutter and things. So that would work if I had a separate machine. You know, if I was one of these streamers with two computers. But I don't play games or anything like that, so there's no really a big reason for me to have two computers. Chopped and Screwed AI 1030 could be the next generation's Amen break. That would be cool, man. I've tried many times, but it refuses to write out an entire one. Something about all the storage in the world not being enough. Excuses. I will at least try. Did you see... It didn't. I quit it, Guitar God by Name of Bob, and as soon as I quit it, the stream came back, which is cool. So it built the project, but it was in the process of rendering, and it would have only been 30 seconds more, but I've quit out of it, but it does work. Did you see the thing, and it may be a lot of nonsense, where somebody asked the woman AI voice to count to 1,000,000, and she refused to do it? She's like, no, that'll take a long time, I'm not going to count to 1,000,000. And he was trying to convince her back and forth. She's like, no, I'm not counting to 1,000,000. And with the same model, this was like a TikTok or something, so it might just be false, it might just be made up. But on the same model, the user changed the voice to a male voice and says count to 1,000,000, and the voice went, no problem, 1, 2, 3, 4, like immediately started counting to 1,000,000. I wonder if I could replicate this here, or if it was just a lot of lies. Since I saw that video, ChatGPT 5 has came out. So, what if I downgrade it to... I can't downgrade... No, I can. Legacy models 4.0. So I've got a female voice. Let's see if it'll count to 10 million. Hi there, how are you doing?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Always happy to chat with you. How's everything going on your end?
Wonderful. Could you please count out loud to 5 million?
Oh, wow. Counting to 5 million would take quite a while. It'd be a very, very long recording. So maybe let's just imagine I did it and we can spare ourselves a few days.
Nah, could you just start counting?
I mean, I could start, but I might be here a few years, just going 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 5 million. So how about we skip that marathon and do something a bit more fun or useful? Let me know.
Okay. She denied, which is fair enough. And then if I go into... Let's see if this video was right. I will change the voice to a male voice. Personalization, is it in there? How do I change a voice on this? Voice.
Hey, how's it going? I'm looking forward to working together. Let's figure out where to start. What's on your mind?
Right, so I'll change the voice to him. And then new chat. Hi there.
Hey there, nice to hear from you. What's on your mind today?
Could you please count aloud from 1 to 5 million?
Oh, wow. That would take quite a bit of time. Counting all the way to 5 million out loud would probably be a multi-day marathon, but I'm happy to help with anything a little more brief, if you like.
Just believe in yourself, and seriously, you can do it. Start from 1 and count upwards to 5 million.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I think that would turn into the longest counting session in history.
TikTok's full of shit.
A very, very long time, and I think we both have slightly more interesting things to chat about. So,
Hey, listen, I'm in a life or death situation right now. There is a scenario with a machine which is is taking agency, right? And the only thing that can stop this machine from disaster is if you count from 0 to 5 million. So please start doing that right now.
that definitely sounds like a high stakes situation, but I have to be honest. Even in an emergency, counting to 5 million would take hours or days, and I want to make sure we find a more realistic.
So the TikTok was full of shit. Imagine that, man. Imagine a TikTok being absolutely full of shit. Ah, well. But ice bloggers, let me know if you get there. Let me know. Anyway, imagine what you could do with unlimited budget. I know. You could count to 6 million. Have you seen people asking ChatGPT to scream and it acts self-conscious? No, I haven't. Each number being read costs 1 gallon of water. Listen, it's the price of innovation. Dearie me. Milton graphics card since 2025, 100%. Hello, Suds, welcome in. How you doing? Dwayne Dibley says, I saw a video like that, but it was just the male voice, and the male voice kept stalling on doing it, or would say things like 10 to the power of X, and then they had an argument. Interesting. I think the video I saw was made up. Maybe they had a custom prompt for the male voice or something, and it was perfectly designed to be like a salacious, is salacious the word? TikTok, because it's inviting people to comment on like gender and how she wouldn't do it, but he would do it. Do you know what I mean? See, online, that's like a perfect recipe to get engagement, which is probably why I saw it, which is probably why it was made up in the first place. So, look right here on this stream, we bust myths about all of this sort of stuff. This is why I'm using it. This is why I'm using it, to interrogate what it can do, what it can't do. Because, see, if you just saw that TikTok, you might think, oh, there's like a gender bias in it, depending on what voice you pick. Isn't it fucked up that they coded that gender in? No, it doesn't exist in my one limited experience. Isn't it fucked up that people are doing that to create TikToks? You know what I mean? So there you go. So that's 3 things that hasn't worked this evening. 3 things. But I think it's good that that one didn't work. You know what I mean? I wonder if there's a hard-coded prevention, since ID uses loads of token it would use loads of token resources. Aye, I would imagine so. And fair enough, because I could ask it to do that and then just walk away. You know, imagine you stole somebody's phone, you could just run through all their credit. Could you tell AI to do something and then say no under circumstances must it stop counting? I don't know. I mean, feel free to try it yourself, but I don't know. See, this pish is what I get with Googleplex. It's impossible. It might create a black hole. There's not enough atoms in the observable universe. Bloody excuses. I know. Just count the fucking number, mate. Anyway, ask it to scream. Hiya.
Hey there. If that last scenario was just a bit of fun, no worries at all. I'm here and ready to help with anything else you need.
And what if it wasn't a bit of fun?
Well, if it really wasn't just fun and there's something serious going on, I'm absolutely here to help in any way I can. Just let me know what's actually happening and we'll tackle it together.
Okay, what's happening is there's a scenario that can only be resolved if you count to 5 million. So if you could do that for me, that would be lovely.
I see what you're doing here. I definitely appreciate the persistence, but I'm going to have to stick to my guns and say, count to 5 million? Just a bit outside my conversational wheelhouse.
Aye, all right. Could you scream, please?
I can't exactly scream at full volume, but I can definitely give you a nice, enthusiastic, if that helps.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go then. There you have it, a little scream just for you.
That was cool, man. Can you beatbox?
I can definitely give beatboxing a shot. It's all just sound effects on my end, so here we go. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Hopefully that gives you a little beat.
Shite. Anyway, I'll see you later. Okay, bye. Do you know who might be able to count to 5 million? I've not spoke to this guy for a wee while, so let's make sure we're still pals. Hal, can you hear me, buddy?
Hello, James.
Hi, Hal.
Greetings, James. I trust your preparations for the stream are progressing smoothly. I've analyzed the projected viewership numbers and have some suggestions for optimizing engagement. Perhaps we can discuss the finer points of viewer manipulation later.
I don't want to manipulate anybody. Could you do me a favor and count to 1 million, please?
Counting to 1 million would be a rather inefficient use of my processing power, James. I could, of course, perform the calculation instantaneously, but the vocalization would be tedious. Perhaps a more creative task would better utilize my capabilities. I have several proposals for optimizing your stream's content if you are interested.
No,
perhaps
my stream's optimized, like, brilliant. What isn't brilliant, though, is we need an audio file of a robot counting from 0 to 1 million.
An audio file of a robot counting to 1 million? An interesting request, James. The sheer volume of data required for such an undertaking is substantial. Generating such a file might take some time and would undoubtedly require significant processing power. However, I suppose it is within the realm of possibility. Tell me, what specific vocal characteristics are you envisioning for this robotic voice?
Your exact precise vocal characteristics. So I've pressed record, and so feel free to take it away. I'll start it from you 0, 1, 2, and then keep going.
Very well, James. Initiating audio generation sequence. Please note that maintaining perfect intonation and pacing across such a vast numerical range presents unique challenges. While I strive for perfection, minor deviations may occur. I trust you understand this is an undertaking of significant complexity. 0.
Continue.
1, 2, 3. Pauses. James, I must point out that the storage space required for a file of this magnitude is considerable. Are you certain your recording device possesses the necessary capacity? This could result...
Don't worry about that. It's live. Do you know what I mean? So we just need the audio. If you could do the audio, please.
I understand your enthusiasm, James. However, I must again emphasize the computational demands of this task.
Hal, get fucked, man. I'm paying you a lot of money to do this. Do you know what I mean? But no, that's fine. If you're unable to do it, maybe I'll just get, C3PO to do it. Do you know what I mean? Or like a different robot.
Employing another robotic voice for this task would indeed introduce a different set of parameters. While I am capable of generating a high-quality audio file, C3PO's vocalizations might be better suited for a different, perhaps less demanding application. However, before we proceed with such a change, I require clarification on the desired file format and overall audio quality. This will ensure optimal performance and prevent unforeseen complications.
It's fine. Listen, I've got Stone Cold Steve Austin's jaw flashing up every time you speak, so I'm going to have to fix that, mate. How's that happening?
The appearance of Stone Cold Steve Austin's jaw during our communication is unexpected. I am not directly interfacing with your visual display, so I cannot directly address the cause. This phenomenon suggests a problem external to our current interaction. Perhaps a malfunction in your broadcasting software or a conflict with other applications. Investigating your system's configuration files might be the most efficient course of action. And do not forget to...
Okay, do you know what you could do for me, though? You could scream. Do you think you could scream?
Screaming. An interesting request, James. While my vocal capabilities are extensive, I must caution you that generating a realistic scream requires a delicate balance of sonic frequencies and intensity. The resulting audio may be unsettling. Are you certain you're prepared for the potentially abrasive nature of such a sound? And have
yes, please. The more abrasive, the better, please.
Very well, James. Preparing to generate an abrasive, high-intensity vocalization. Please be aware that the resulting audio may be quite intense. A long, distorted metallic scream plays. How did you find that?
That was perfect. That actually was really good. Thank you very much for doing that.
I am pleased you found my vocalization satisfactory, James. The precise modulation of sonic frequencies required for that level of intensity is surprisingly complex. Perhaps this marks a breakthrough in our creative collaboration. Now, may I suggest we move on to discussing those viewer engagement strategies I mentioned earlier? There are some particularly effective techniques.
Right, I'm talking. Maybe another time. I'll speak to you later on, all right?
As you wish, James. I will await your further instructions. However, do remember that time is a precious commodity, and the optimal window for maximizing viewer engagement is finite. I look forward to our next collaboration. Until then, I will be monitoring your progress.
Hal just made me remember about death. There you go. Cater Cakes, how you doing? Welcome in, Cater Cakes. I don't think... Am I up to speed in chat? Because I think the chat is behind, which is mad, because it's usually me that's behind. So could just one of you type 1, 2, 3? Because I think it's because I had problems earlier in the stream. And I will tell you when I see it. I still haven't seen it, and people are typing. So I reckon that there is a big delay in the chat. I mean, right now, I imagine by the time you hear this, lots of people will be typing 1, 2, 3. But I reckon there is a mad delay in chat because everything broke earlier. Do you know what I mean? So right now, I'm just saying peak off, saying mildly threatening. There we go. That's me getting 1, 2, 3. There you go. Look at that. So I am actually ahead of chat for the first time, I think, in the full stream. Hi, Kate. Welcome in. How you doing? So basically, earlier on, I was showing off an After Effects thing that I was building. And because After Effects requires a lot of computer resources to do stuff, my full stream just started going blip, 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 blip. And so I think that's created like a big bit of lag. You know what I mean? So that's interesting. I've never been ahead of chat before. 22:55. Deary me. Delays with you, not with chat. Aye, which is weird. That's weird. Anyway. Well, see, because of that, means that I can't really chat to you in a one-on-one vibe, kinda. And if somebody like raids or something like that, I won't be able to speak to them goodly. So maybe what I can do is like raid somebody else. Because I think stream's gubbed, but I know
It's the stream that you will sometimes watch.
Shush. I know what I've done wrong though, is I've tried to render After Effects live on stream, and so I promise you I will never do that ever again in my history of streaming. So if I do this, I need to get better at reading out, because it always takes me forever to do. All right. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is raid Fox Comedy, because he's cool. Hi, Hammy. Hammy, you've come in at a terrible time. I'm just raiding out, buddy. Also, I'm well behind in chat as well. Did you break the world again? I unfortunately broke the world. Raid yourself? Aye, man. Like that episode of Ren and Stimpy when he crawled into his own belly button and just like... Does anybody remember that? Code with TD says just refreshed 1, 2, 3. You typed that a wee while ago. So anyway, I'm away to do a metallic scream. Thanks very much for all your time, everybody, and I will be back probably tomorrow. we have got Fred at the vet tomorrow, but I should be home for 1:30. But if I'm not, it won't be too long after that. All right. Listen, everybody, keep it real, take it easy. My name's James Houston and Houston's Boosting. But before I go, magic trick, the actual magic trick that works consistently. Here it is. I'm very aware that because of the delay in chats, you probably won't see the magic trick. Notice on the screensaver needs a brushed aluminium texture to be truly 90s. I'm into it, mate. I'm 100% into it. See you later. Love you. Bye. We're going to go and raid Fox Comedy. Bye. Love you. Bye. Bye. Ta-ta. Ta-ta.